What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. 23-time Grand Slam winner Serena Williams upset in the third round by Wang Qiang of China in a three-set thriller. Wang wins 6-4, 5-7, 7-5, and she played an unbelievable match. These two met last year at the U.S. Open. I think it was the fourth round or maybe the quarters. It was one of those two. It was basically the second week of the tournament they met, and Serena Williams blew off the court. Just could not hang with Serena's power game, her service game, and she basically was overmatched in that particular matchup last year in the U.S. Open, the last Grand Slam of 2019. And she went back to the lab, man. Give Wang credit. She went back to the lab and worked on her game, and then she looked like a totally, completely different player here today against Serena Williams. She was able to match her power for power. She didn't get blown off the court, man. Hit a lot of winners, hit more winners than Serena. Her service game was more consistent than Serena. And the glaring advantage that she had in this matchup was her footwork, her movement. Way better movement than Serena in this particular matchup. She was able to make Serena hit a lot of extra balls, and that forced a lot of errors on Serena's part. Serena's first serve aces was not there, especially in the first two sets. She started hitting a few more aces in the third set, but overall her aces were down, and she had a lot of unforced errors. At one point, she had 3-to-1 error advantage over Wang, and ain't where you want to have advantage in errors. You know, she had 30 errors at one point in the match, and Wang had 10 errors. 30, my bad. Let me correct that. Serena Williams had 30 unforced errors to Wang's 10 unforced errors at one point in the matchup. You know, in the second set, I think it was. I don't know what she ended up with, but it was way too many errors, man. Serena showed a lot of heart, though, man. Her movement wasn't there, and she kind of gritted it out and ended up winning a second set tiebreaker 7-6, 7-2 to win it 7-6. And she was able to grit that out, man. But she just never found her comfort zone in this matchup, man. Just her movement just wasn't there. She had chances to take advantage of Wang's serve. Never could do that. A lot of times, you know, she's one of the great returners in the history of the women's game. That was off. You know, her 1-2 punch was missing as far as when she hits the backhand to get a opponent on the defensive end, and then she finishes him out with the forehand. She never could get that going throughout the matchup with Wang, man. So give Wang credit, man. She went back to the lab, got better, seemed like a totally different player, was able to match the power game of Serena Williams, like I said. Her serve was very consistent. She moved much better than Serena. You know, and played the bigger points much better than Serena did, man. When she got down to it, Serena had her chances, particularly in that third set. She had chances to break Wang, couldn't do it. 3-all, 4-all. She had multiple chances to break Wang, couldn't do it. And then when Wang got an opportunity in that third set, she took full advantage of it. And she was able to close out at 6-5 and break Serena's serve to win the third set and move on to the fourth rounds. Again, 6-4, 5-7, 7-5. Just a bitter pill to swallow for Serena, man. You know, this is a real early exit. She didn't even make it to the second week. There was a draw that kind of opened up for her, and she had, you know, she was a clear favorite on that side of the draw. You had the youngsters, the young whippersnappers on her side of the bracket as far as Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka, who's going to be matching up later on tonight. If I can stay up and don't go to sleep, man, I'll break that video down maybe later on tonight or maybe early in the morning. If I can stay awake, man, it's going to be kind of hard. That match is slated to take place 2 o'clock Houston time. That's where I'm going to be watching the matchup if I can stay awake. But the draw had opened up for Wozniacki. I was looking forward to Wozniacki. She lost too, man. I wanted to see Wozniacki, Serena possibly match up for the last time. And as Wozniacki has told everybody and told friends and told the media and fans that she's retiring, I wanted to see that match up, but both of them ended up losing, so hate to see that. But I gotta if I had to look at this match and say, was it more Serena losing it or was it Wang winning it? I had to say it was more Wang winning it. Wang winning it more than Serena losing the matchup. Wang, she played a terrific matchup, man. I watched her play before. She's a girl. She's a lady before the night was. She kind of reminded me of a Monica Seles, man. A guy that was a lady that was very precision, know how to set up her points, knows how to play angles, knows how to be consistent with her serve. Don't have an overpowering serve, but she gets her first service over where she can try to dictate the rallies and dictate the shots off her first serve. And she kind of reminded me of Monica Seles, man. But today's show, she showed the power game that Monica Seles never could show. That's why she eventually had to leave the women's game once Serena and Venus came into their own. So it's good matchup tonight. Great performance by Wang Qiang from China. Those fans in the crowd started really making a lot of noise, especially after she won that first set. They started getting really involved in the matchup. You know, it was chanting and stuff like that, waving a China flag, and they got really into the matchup. It kind of started reminiscing of a European soccer matches as the fans were really, really involved, man. And when Serena finally woke up in that second set and started to play better, a lot of her fans started making some noise too and showing their presence at the matchup. So it was just a good atmosphere, good matchup. Two ladies gave it their all. They left everything out on the court. And it's just, I'm a Serena Williams fan, man, but I didn't leave this matchup mad upset because I know both ladies gave it their all and they put it all on the line today. It's just that Serena, I think, after she played the U.S. Open last year, I think, she didn't play in any tournaments to finish 2019. And I think she might have played in one tournament leading up to Australian Open. And I know she's an older player, and she doesn't have to play every tournament. She's one of the best women to ever play the game. She's made millions upon millions of dollars playing women's tennis, so she don't have to play every tournament. But I think leading up into the major, she need to not be playing just one tournament and playing very little tennis leading up to a major. Hopefully she won't make that mistake leading up to the French Open. Hopefully she won't take some time. She'll take some time out, but hopefully she'll get busy, man, get on them clay courts. Maybe play at least 2 warm-up tournaments, clay court tournaments leading up to the French Open, so she'll be match ready. And because I thought that kind of hurt her today, man. Even though a lot of people were saying that, oh man, Serena looking good going to winning her first round matchup and second round matchup. She didn't really play the best of the best in the first 2 rounds. This was the first time she was playing a legit player, a legit top 30 women's player that's had a lot of success on the women's tour. And I think her rustiness kind of showed at times that she missed a lot of shots that she normally make. And I thought that hurt her, man. I think going into the French Open, the next major, I think I would advise her to play in at least, like I said, 2 warm-up clay court tournaments going into that French Open to give herself the best chance to try to win her 24th Grand Slam and tie Margaret Court. She's been on that pursuit for a while now. I think it's going on, 2 years? I think maybe 2 years since she won her last major. I think it's going on 2 years since she won her last major. When she defeated, it was in 2018. It's been a while. If I'm not mistaken. Wasn't her last major when she defeated Venus? Or 18 Australian Open? Wasn't that the last major she won? I might be mistaken. Did she win one last year? Osaka won it last year, the Australian Open. I know Serena didn't win the French. I can't remember who won the French. Wimbledon went to who? Did she win Wimbledon? No. So it's been a minute. She didn't win Wimbledon, and she didn't win the U.S. Open. She lost to Bianca Andreescu, who's not playing in this tournament because of injury. So she was 0 for last year. So it's been over a year, man, going on 2 years since she won her last major, man. Major. So hopefully, I think she'll get one this year. French Open might be the least one I have confidence in her winning, actually. But like I said, she's gonna have to play 2, in my opinion, 2 warm-up clay court tournaments going into that French Open to give herself a best chance. And then after that, it'll be Wimbledon, which is one of her stronger surfaces. I think she wins. Put it like this. I'm going to make a prediction right here. She wins the Wimbledon or the U.S. Open. She wins one of those 2 tournaments to tie Margaret Court for the all-time Grand Slam winner I think she does that this year. I don't think she wins the French Open. I don't think she wins that, but I think she wins either Wimbledon or the U.S. Open. I think she wins one of those two to tie Margaret Court. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires, man. But again, credit I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Wang Qiang played a great match, probably the best match of her career, and she was able to upset 23-time Grand Slam winner Serena Williams. Again, 6'4", 5'7", 7'5". Give me your opinions of what you thought about this matchup. Do you think it was more Serena losing it, or was it more Wang winning it? Leave your comments in the comment section. I'd like to hear from you. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.